Hello everyone, a very warm welcome to your amazing biology session. So how are you all? Okay, so I hope that I'm clearly audible and visible to everyone. Yes, hi there are. How are you doing? I hope everybody is doing amazing and they're taking very good care of themselves. Today we'll be starting with the chapter 8 of our class 10 biology CBSE, that is how do organisms reproduce. So before starting with this chapter, let me tell you what this chapter is all about. A gist of this chapter. This chapter is about reproduction of different organisms from asexual to sexual in plants as well as in humans. Okay, everyone. So let's have a look at the agenda for today. Today's agenda. What are we going to do today? Are you ready for that? Great, great, great. So first of all, we'll be understanding what is exactly this reproduction. We are talking about it. What is it exactly? Then we'll talk about importance of variation. How is variation important in the quiz round 1, asexual mode of reproduction, quiz round 2, and the homework question. So this is going to be the flow of the session. So let's get started with reproduction. So what is exactly reproduction? It is the biological process by which organisms create young ones similar to themselves. So basically, it's a process in which all the organisms they create new organisms or new individuals which are similar to themselves, which look similar to the parents. And these organisms, the new individuals, are termed as offsprings. Remember that. Okay. So parents are going to give rise to the offsprings. Clear? Fine. So you need to understand the process. It is a biological process, number one, because we are reading biology, right? Biology is about that only, or different processes and mechanisms. Okay. Now, talking about the offsprings. Now, in many cases, what happens? The offsprings look different from their parents. Like, even if you see your sibling, you will find that your sibling doesn't look like you, right? There are variations. You might not look like your parents completely because there are some new versions or new characteristics. Okay, and these new versions or new characteristics, new traits, they are termed as variations, which are essential for evolution. They are termed as variation. Variation meaning changes. Okay, everyone, done. Now talking about the importance of variation. Why is variation needed? Number one leads to evolution. Evolution means how we have evolved. If you've seen earlier, we used to look like those early humans, kind of apes kind of a thing, can I say? We used to look like the apes. But now what has happened? We have transformed. We have evolved. So this evolution could take place because of variation. Since we had some new characteristics, some new extra characteristics, that is why we could evolve. You can see the rabbits, their color. Some are white, some are brown, some are black. So how does this help? It helps the organisms to adapt to environmental changes as well as it results in new characteristic, new features. Now, how does it help the organisms to adapt to different environmental changes? Suppose if I gave this example in the previous time also, if there is a natural calamity or a disaster, and suppose a particular species died. Now, if the new species, that is their offsprings, would have some new characteristics, there are possibilities that they might survive. So it, huh? Just a second. What happened? Hmm, fine now. Okay, so I was talking about the environmental changes that would take place. Just a second. Am I audible? Okay, so this is about variation. We've discussed that the new features would enable us to survive. Now, quiz round one. Come on, come on, come on. We're getting started with the round one of our quiz. Question one on your screen. Let's see how many of you can answer this. Let me know in the chat box. Dash allows organisms to survive in different niche, inheritance, variation, cloning, or none of the above. What do you think? The R says B. Okay, okay. You can let me know your responses in the chat box. Come on. Okay, the answer to this is variation. Why different niche meaning different environment, different environmental conditions. So that is variation. Okay. Question two. Which of the following, despite being significant, is not a life process? What do you think? Digestion, circulation, reproduction, control, and coordination. You can answer this easily. Come on. Okay, people are saying C, and that is the correct answer. C. Reproduction is something which is important for the continuation of species, but not a life process. Reproduction is not a life process. Okay. Okay, what is the importance of DNA copying in reproduction? So we'll talk about DNA copying in the next session. So from the next session, we'll continue. Okay, right now we are ending over here. I'll teach you DNA copying in the next session. Okay. Along with that, we'll be understanding the asexual mode of reproduction. Clear? So quiz time has been done, so we could complete just a second. Mhm. What we could complete was still here till round one. So I explained you what do you mean by reproduction. I talked about variation and round one. Now tomorrow we'll be having the asexual mode of reproduction quiz round two and the homework question that I'll give you tomorrow. Okay. So I hope you enjoyed this session. Was it so? Okay, the R says nice. Great. Shalo, let's end the session over here. We will meet the next time.